Donald Trump has unleashed a lot of the monsters of the last century against us. The racism, the authoritarianism, the anti-Semitism, neo-fascism, all of those things are out there. And so Americans have got to hang tough in order to defend our democracy and then to keep it growing, because democracy is always a thing that's in motion, getting better all the time.
The fight for our democracy is still ongoing. And this weekend, one House Republican ramped up the rhetoric to a whole new level. We've been talking about it all hour. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene claimed that if she and Steve Bannon had planned the January 6th insurrection, they would have won and they would have been armed. Let's break it down with Brendan Buck, former chief communications advisor for both Speaker Paul Ryan and John Boehner. He's now a partner at Seven Letter and MSNBC political analyst, and Symone Sanders Townsend, former chief spokesperson for Vice President Harris and host of the show Symone, right here on MSNBC and Peacock. Brendan, Marjorie Taylor Greene has said, I was being sarcastic. However, the Washington Post says that the Republican Party has created a safe space for musing about violent rebellion. How in the world did we get here?
If you're a Republican right now, this works for you. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, for as crazy as she is a politician. And politicians respond to incentives. And if you're Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is the whole game. This is an entertainment sport for her. All this does is get her fame. It gets her fundraising. It gets her followers. It used to be if you were a politician, you wanted to win because you wanted to get things done. You wanted power. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't care about getting anything done. She doesn't care if this hurts the Republican Party. This helps her, so she's going to continue to do it because, again, she probably was joking. It was all a game to her because politics have become entertainment for so many people in the Republican Party right now, really devoid of any larger policy goals.
She probably was joking. Symone, January 6th wasn't a joke. Those insurrectionists came, they attacked Capitol Police officers. They were threatening members of Congress. This is the party that calls themselves the party of law and order. How can they claim that at this point?
Look, I think today, first of all, I'm very glad that some very good journalists got Marjorie Taylor Greene on the record about her comments that she probably thought no one else was going to see. I think the reality here is that so many the real life implications of January 6th are still being felt every single day. It was not the end or culmination. It was actually the beginning. The people at the Capitol that day, they went home, and far too many of them have still yet to be held accountable. I think the danger in her rhetoric, whether it was a tongue-in-cheek comment or a joke, a very poor one at that, is that people are taking what politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene say as truth, as fact, as direction, if you will. And look no further than the people who went to the Capitol that day, who participated in the insurrection, who said, I was there because of what Donald Trump had been saying. I was there because of insert this conservative member of not necessarily Congress, but the Republican Party apparatus. And so I do think it is really important that we do not allow these things to be dismissed. And I'm glad that these comments are getting the attention that it is. But when Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to continue to do this again and again and again, where are the consequences?
That is the question. Brendan, where did it come from, Republicans calling themselves the party of law and order? Where did that start, and was it ever accurate?
Yeah, of course I think it was accurate. I think it's been a party staple for a long time. The problem is that you have people coming into the party who don't care about any of that stuff, that they see being in office as a way to make themselves famous. And that's the whole thing. And their organizing principle is owning the libs. It is getting outrage. They don't care about anything else. And so that's where we're here. But this has been obviously, you can't look at this and not think that Donald Trump was a big part of it. But I can go even further back. September 2009, you recall Barack Obama was giving a speech, a State of the Union address, and Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, yelled, "You lie." It was a big dust up. And what it ended up doing, instead of punishing him, he got famous. He got a bunch of fundraising, and I think a lot of people have learned lessons like that over the years, that this can be an entertainment sport, and you're seeing it over and over again, and it's not going to stop. until their colleagues believe that they're causing enough damage to them. And we've seen that happen. We've seen Steve King get run out of Congress. We've seen Madison Cawthorn get run out of Congress. That didn't happen until their colleagues started turning on them. And so that's what you got to look out for here.
But here's what I don't get. When you say, of course it was accurate that the Republican Party was once the party of law and order. I got a two-parter to that. When was it accurate? And if it was accurate at one point in time, who were the political leaders? Because I don't hear any of them calling this out today. Are they all dead?
Yeah,
Brandon?
I wish more people were calling it. Absolutely. I mean, Republicans have long been supporting law and order. That has been a basic. Go back to the George Bush administration.
Has George Bush spoken out against Marjorie Taylor Greene?
It's part of the party platform for decades. I don't know. I hope he would.
Then this is my question. If Republicans were at one point the party of law and order, and now things have gone awry, what Republicans were in power, and why aren't we hearing from them? Because if we're not, then you can't tell me that the party stands for law and order.
Well, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to continue to do stuff like this. Sure.
Simone?
But, Brendan, if I can jump in here, like myself, Steph, Brendan spent a lot of time. He's a very skilled communicator. And I would argue that my Republican friends have been better communicators than my Democratic friends. And I think that's borne out over this very conversation that we are having. You're asking for specifics or how were they the party of law and order? They said they were. And they said it in enough venues and enough spaces and places across the country, very forcefully. And people believed it. I think the rhetoric and the principles that the traditional conservatives in this country have stood for are currently being challenged because the Republican Party apparatus has been hijacked by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I really believe that I'm not sure what is going to happen in our foreseeable future to shake the hold that folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene, like Donald Trump, like Lauren Boebert have on the Republican Party apparatus, unless the grassroots speak up. I'm sure there are members of Congress that don't agree with what she said today, but we haven't heard from them.
Well, then we are lucky that Brendan Buck is here, and he's speaking up and he's speaking out tonight. Brendan, I'm glad you've joined us as a political analyst, your first visit with our show tonight. Brendan, thank you. Simone, thank you as well.